Hey,
Got it.
Danny, surprise!
Surprise!
Hi, Dan.
Surprise!
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Danny.
So,
Surprise.
And Danny.
Danny, we wanted to be there in person to give you a big group hug, and just to show our support and our love, and that we are all cheering you on. We wanted to be there so much in person as you move into this, wonderful surgery and this great time where that's filled with hope and optimism and all this other stuff. I mean, you have been so foundational in just creating and sustaining and leading the academy. So we just wanted to be there and to know that you are just so foundational to the tribe. I mean, at the first meeting that we were at.
So
I think it's being recorded.
I treasure. Is this being recorded?
It is, Danny.
Yes.
I'll send it to
Oh,
you.
It is.
Blessed.
And I mean, Danny, at the first meeting that I was ever at, I was so touched because, and tears came to my eyes because what you said, what we are about is love. And I have never heard that from anybody, any physician in my entire life. And tears just came to my eyes. And I knew that this tribe was where I belonged. And I knew that with you leading it, there was nothing that we could not accomplish. And at every meeting, at every instance, you exuded that love. You just exuded it. And it was just something that brought us all together. And it brought us together in like the craziest and the hardest of times. And you brought us together with your love. And it was with your love and your wisdom. It was just, it's just been so marvelous. And we just wanted to be here today to give some of that juicy, loving stuff back at you. And just to know that your tribe loves and supports you. And it's just cheering you on in just the biggest of ways that we can possibly do.
I so appreciate it. And this nourishment that you're offering, I've been profoundly fatigued, like I've never had in my life. And the marker of nourishment is the uplift I feel in energy right now. So I deeply appreciate your love and support.
Well, and I'd like to invite Tabby to say a few words about where we're at right now and what we're doing. We love you, Danny, so much, and that's why we're here. We're here to support you and to surround you and envelop you with love and joy and the optimism that you've given us.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Danny, well, it took everything to not have this whole group literally be on your front lawn. I just want you to know that. So we are there physically with you, even if we can't be there on your doorstep. We're really, truly, we just all love you so much. And we have a big surprise for you. And we just thought it would be really meaningful to share it with you now. And to really just elevate everything, everything that you've done through this journey has inspired so many people around the world and has also inspired all of us. And so I'm going to ask Mimi to share a few words.
Mimi,
you're muted.
Thank you, Tabby. Hi, everyone. It's my honor to talk about my mentor for a minute. Lee Lipsenthal.
Yes.
The Lee Lipsenthal Lifetime Achievement Award is in honor of Dr. Lee Lipsenthal and his work. Lee was my personal mentor and a dear friend. He taught me to go from healing the physical body to looking at my soul and my spirit as a healer. He is a pioneer in the field of integrative medicine, and Lee uniquely embodied the core unifying values that we honor in the Academy of Integrative Health and Medicine, the values that we were founded on: interprofessionalism, equity, and love. The quote, "Pray with love, nurture with soul, harvest with heart," demonstrates how Lee led and served with grace and love in his life, and even in his greatest challenges, professionally, physically, he led with grace and love. The Lee Lipsenthal Lifetime Achievement Award recipient has always demonstrated these qualities throughout his or her career. We stand on the shoulders of giants: Bob Anderson, Gladys McGarry, Bill Manahan. The Academy would not have been founded without Molly Roberts leading the charge at the American Holistic Medical Association, and we are thrilled she's here with us today. And last year's recipient, Dan Asmus, another mentor and true healer. So I'd like Dan to please join us in honoring our friend, our brother, and our colleague, Daniel Freeland. We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mimi. That was wonderful. Danny and Sue, his wife, thought we were going to have a foursome Zoom call on a Sunday morning, as we sometimes do. But Danny, excuse us, but we invited a few of your friends.
Yes.
And these folks are all extraordinary. The folks on this call are all high achievers. They all live by love and through love. And it was, Danny, you were invited to the board of directors by Lee Lipsenthal.
Yes.
As
Yes.
I was, as Mimi was.
Yes.
And, you know, Lee was an extraordinary achiever.
Yes.
And you were carefully selected and to become the founding chair of the board of directors of the Academy.
Yeah.
Way back almost, I guess, more than 10 years ago. That was an awesome responsibility. I remember you, when I spoke to you about it, suggesting that, would you consider it? You said, no, I have no idea how to be a chair of a board of directors. I've never done that before. And I don't think I can do it. And we sat for a while. And before that was over, you said yes.
Yes. Yes.
Well, following this meaning of this special award, Lee Lipsenthal Lifetime Achievement Heart Award. You have achieved so very much in your life. I know a lot about your life, and we have sat alone for many hours, and you have achieved very much and given so much to others. You also have lived and manifest love in an outward way. Love, joy, and optimism more than almost anybody can. And you brought that to us, this tribe, and you unified us, and you listened to us, and you helped collaborations and discussions, and you really helped found the Academy of Integrative Health and Wellness. So you live through a life of achievement and heart. And today, the board is so happy and pleased to present to you the 2021 Lee Lipsenthal Life Achievement Heart Award. Let's hear it for Danny.
Yeah. Oh. Yes.
And I just want to add that, you know, Danny, not only have you been a terrific leader, a one of a kind, and you've been a author. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
That momentary award. The last time it was given, I received it, and I have touched to the heart. I have never felt an award meaning so much to me, and it sits on my desk over there on Maui in my office, and it's been. I love all of you guys for doing that, and Danny, I don't think it'll ever go away, that feeling. But in addition to a leader and an achiever and an author and a great speaker and a collaborator, facilitator, you also have been a terrific father.
Yeah.
And I know you have, because I know your two boys quite well. And you've been a terrific husband to Sue, who deserves most of the credit for all of us that we do anyway, but thank you, Sue. And so you have a combination of terrific talents, and you've achieved so much, and you live by heart, and we love your optimism.
Yeah.
We're there for you forever. So at this point, I would like to ask the other folks on the call to share some of their thoughts of good wishes and also congratulations. So who would like to start?
Thank you, Dad. Oh, with those beautiful words.
Brad, how about you?
Yes, I'd love to start. Danny, we go back to residency, for God's sake. So we go back to the late 90s. I think you were chief resident, if my memory is correct. And I came in, you and Craig Francis, going way back. And then you came full circle like 2 decades later, or almost, to be the founding.
I wasn't chief resident, for clarification. Craig was. I have the blessings of having been with you in residency.
Yeah. And then teaching evidence-based medicine, which was one of the first books you guys put out there in the world. I remember that. And then when I became chair, fast forwarding, you know, to that moment, and I remember I was so grateful to you for mentoring me during that transition and really, you know, helping me come into the fold onto that experience. And you really, it was so profound that your earnest, honest, and transparent, you know, communication and helping me sort of come in. And there was a lot for me to learn. And you always said to me, you know, whenever anything comes up, anytime, call me. I want to be here. I want to help you. And you know, one of the main things that's really I'll always remember about you, Danny, is what everyone's talking about today, which is your love and your optimism. And I can remember in the beginning being like, oh, this is like a scam, and this is like, you know, a con, you know, there's a bit of like, okay, you're putting it out there in the world, but it can't be that genuine. And, you know, to Lucia's point, what MD is focused so much on love, you know, and as I've matured and aged in my years, I've come to deeply, deeply appreciate that about you, and learned how to emanate and come from that place as well. And I'll always remember you and be grateful to you for that. So it's an honor for me. I'm so happy for you to get this award, really.
Thank you, Brad. I love you, brother.
I love you too, Danny.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Bill, do you want to go? I'll just call on you guys so that.
Well, I think Dan said something. Dan Azimuth.
Oh, he's on mute. Hold on a second, Dan.
I was just asking Bill if he would like to say something.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
We're connected energetically, Dan.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to say something. Danny, I haven't known you as long as some of these folks, deeply back into the early part of your career. I think my first experience of you was at one of the early Academy meetings. I don't remember exactly where it was, but maybe San Diego. And at that time, you were working very hard to be the chair and to deal with all of the swirling of forces around you and personalities. And I was just trying to take it all in and try to learn what was going on and who was who and what they were about. And you stood out immediately as someone who led as much with his heart as with his intellect equally. And I think that's a rare characteristic in people, to have both of those aspects of the personality so strong. And you are one of those unique individuals who continually does that. And I so respect you for that. You've been an example to me. You are certainly worthy of this achievement award. You are the embodiment of professional love in a way. And I couldn't be more pleased that we're able to bestow this award upon you, because really, I can't say it any better than Lucia or Mimi or Brad. I mean, they're much more eloquent about this than I think I am, but you really have set an example. You set the bar, Danny. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you. I love you too, brother. Thank you.
Would like to go next. Molly, yeah, great. Oh, I'll ask you. Yeah, I might have to ask you guys to unmute.
So Danny, I was just thinking, everybody was talking about where they first met you. I met you on the phone, and you were telling me, I think you had just become the president of the AIHM. And so it was a get to know you kind of call. And you were so excited. You were speaking really quickly in your South African accent. And it took a little while for me to sort of catch up to get used to the cadences of your language or of your speaking. But what really came through on that call was your heart. I mean, it was pounding through the phone. Just what a good guy you were, just basically a good guy, and really having good intentions for everything that you were stepping into with your work and with the board and all of that. And then the other thing that I always think about with you is you and I were at some conference somewhere, I don't remember where, maybe San Diego, I'm not sure, but we were at a conference and you and I were on the terrace. And it was the first time you and I had a conversation about blending the AHMA and the ABIHM together. And the conversation revolved around what would happen? What could we create if we took ego and territoriality out of the equation and just did what was best for our community? And I remember us being on such the same page around what it could be, and what it would mean to our integrative medicine community, our integrative health and medicine community, to take those boundaries out of the way and have a bigger conversation. And then obviously, it sounds like you were all talking about it on the board side. We had already been talking about it on the AHMA side. So it was just this beautiful coming together of good intentions. And your chairmanship as the first chairman of the Academy was brilliant. It was really brilliant. I mean, boy, talk about trial by fire, bringing all those different communities and cultures and everything together. was it was a bit of a roller coaster at times, and every single time it got tense, you would come in and bring love into the equation, and bring everybody back to the original purpose of what we were doing this for. And it was beautiful to watch. It was, when I think of you, I think of grace. You're just a very graceful man, with heart to spare. And it's been one of the honors of my life to be friends with you, and to be in community with you. And so thank you for being who you are, and for sharing it with all of us.
Thank you, Molly. I love you, love you, love you, dear sister.
I love you too. Yeah.
Brownie, would you go?
Yes, there's no better person to receive this Lipsenthal Achievement Award than you, Danny. I was fortunate to know Lee as a friend, and he was just pure love. And when I met you was when I was putting together this Integrative Nursing Conference, and Lee was one of the keynote speakers. And yeah, then he said, I don't know that I'm able to do this talk. Because it was towards the end, and so we were looking who would replace Lee. And Mimi said, I know this Danny. And I said, well, is he like Lee? Yes, yes, yes. So I said, okay. So I wonder if you remember that when Mimi was introducing you, and you were crying and I was crying, and we were holding each other, and next thing you had to go and give a talk, and I was going like, can he do it? And you pulled it out beautifully. And it was because I could just feel the heart-centered love from you. You were so much there, and that was my first introduction to you. Then later on, when we were masterminding the academy, I remember the Pete's House meeting and all this. And I thought, yes, you are the right leader. And there could be no better who get this award, because you are example what leaders should be. You are kind, you are smart, you are considerate, and you are leading with love. And I am so honored to know you, and I love you, and I congratulate you.
Thank you, thank you. I can think of no more honorable award that could be bestowed on me. I like many of you, I had a very special mentorship relationship with Lee. He was one of the most influential people in my life. He guided me with humility and grace. The first time I met Lee was at the 2006 Academy, AIHM conference. And I was, Mimi, you've taken over the science of connection from Lee. That was the presentation that I had heard. I had never, I'm trying to piece this together. My book, on evidence-based medicine was published in 2000.
No, like back in 96 or
Oh,
98.
98. And at that moment, up until that point, I had thought that the paradigm shift, that evidence-based medicine was a paradigm shift. The moment I heard Lee talk about the real definition of holistic health, where health is the pursuit of the optimal level of functioning of the physical, environmental, emotional, spiritual aspects of your human experience, resulting in a dynamic state of being fully alive. This results in the condition of well-being, regardless of the presence of or absence of disease. And I should, in respect for a planet, add in environmental health. I realized at that moment the profound that evidence-based medicine was not the paradigm shift, but that the definition of optimal health was the true paradigm shift, because that frames all the questions we ask. And I was starstruck. Why I was starstruck. I was blown, my mind was blown. And I remember reaching out to Lee like a like a schoolboy with a crush. And I reached out to him and was shocked and surprised that he got back to me. So we met at Larkspur Landing in a restaurant in the Bay Area. And he said to me, I was doing this evidence-based medicine consultancy, and he said to me, you look very tired, Danny. How can I help you? I was in the midst of burnout, and so Lee, for context, ran the Finding Balance in a Medical Life. And he used to run these extraordinary workshops in Molokai. It's life-changing, transformational workshops. And he said to me, I would like to support you in finding your way back to essentially back home. And I responded, I was humbled to respond. you will be my mentor. Will you be my mentor? And then in all humility, he said, no, I will be your friend. So he didn't consider himself to mentors to any of us but he considered it himself, he prided himself on being a dear friend. We call him mentors. He would call himself simply friend. Then there was another anecdote. As I was very honored to step into the stream of his work, because I declared that the path I had originally gone down before evidence-based medicine was leadership resiliency, and that brought me back to my path. He was instrumental, and there was time in Malagai that things were streaming through me, downloading, and that was the early version of my book, Leading Well from Within. Lee, who had his own established program, was humble enough to honor what was streaming through me individually. And I had wanted to share with him my work, and he responded, I don't need to see your work. The fact that it's downloading at 4 o'clock in the morning, if you don't listen to that, you're toast. He had such an artful way of guiding, so it is a true honor to be given this award. And I want to mention what we have manifested as while I have contributed, we have manifested the Academy together out of the field of compassion and loving presence. So the credit goes to the field of connection that that we are all tapping into. And it's Brad, I'm mindful, I spoke of the stream when I passed on that heart to you, that heart symbol to you on your tenure. And I feel like we've been channeling this stream from ancient wisdom, from ancient wisdom, and integrating the alchemy of that continuously in the field of compassionate, loving presence, time beyond time. This is why I have no fear where I'm going. I welcome my transition as without fear. I embrace my transition because I believe I'm going to a loving place. I embrace that, and yet will still, to the best of my ability, take advantage of all the blessed science that I'm offered to extend my life for my family and friends as long as I can. And so I think that that's an adventure itself. So the Bob Anderson, Gladys McGeary, each one of you are each one of you on the call have immense contributions that I could just as easily speak with awe and inspiration about each one of you. So, it's a joy to have collaborated with purpose and significance for the benefit of our mission, purpose, and values that we hold dear. And for all of you listening, I encourage you to go to AIHM.org and look at the extraordinary values we hold together that manifests this contribution, which focuses around healing, truly healing.
Danny, since we're not here in person, and we really did want to have an in-person conference to give this to you, I think we just need to give you just a rounding applause and standing and just, here's to Danny. Unmute, guys, unmute yourself so Danny can hear your enthusiasm.
Love you, Danny.
Oh, love you.
Love you so much.
Yeah.
We love you so much. And also a big shout out to Sue, because we know that as you move through life, our partnerships are foundational and center. So, Sue, really big kudos to you for all that you've given through Danny to the Academy, because it is a partnership and we appreciate you so much and we support you also. And this was about supporting and celebrating you, Danny. And I want to say something really quick. I remember when I was very young, a theologian said, there's three perspectives that we have of ourselves. One is who we think we are. Two is who others think we are. And three is who we really are. And I remember him saying that one of the big challenges and purposes of life was to get those three in alignment. And Danny, you have done that. because you know that the essence of who you are is spirit and is love. We know and we see that in you, and you know that. And that's a huge, huge gift and a huge accomplishment. And, you know, congratulations for the Lee Lipsenthal Award. No one deserving.
Mimi,
Tabby,
did you want to say any last words before we have to close?
I feel like I just feel so full, full of love and gratitude. I will just say that the Academy, Danny, this is for you to hear and for Sue to hear, would not be in existence if you did not deal with the ups and downs that we had of our founding board and our early start, and your grace around that, and your love around that, and your compassion around that, and the hours you put in and took from your marriage and your children. I just going to keep working for this legacy to hold.
Yes.
Because as you said, this legacy is all of us in connection.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service, Mimi. You're inspiring. You have inspired us all immensely too.
So
Thank you.
Danny and Sue, you know, we just want to send you off this Sunday with just so much love and hope. And I'm just going to share my screen here one last time. And you'll be getting this, but we, the AIHM Board of Directors, our staff, and entire global healthcare community recognize Dr. Daniel Friedland with the 2021 AIHM Lee Lipsenthal Lifetime Achievement Heart Award for all you have done and will continue to do for this world and planet. Danny and Sue and your family, thank you so much. And we just send you off with so much love today, and we'll be with you this week.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you, guys.
thank you,
Thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your day today to celebrate with him. And we're all proud of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Love you. Thank you.
Woo! Congratulations, Danny.
Thank you. Thank you.
We
Bless
love you.
Love you.
Guys.
Love, blessings.
Love you.
Yeah.
Big hug.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.